They held me by my neck and pushed me inside the dark room and closed the door shut on my face. I banged the door repeatedly, screaming, "Let me out! What have I done? Why me?" But to no avail. I sat down on the floor, my back facing the iron door, and looked at the lines of my hand, trying to understand why me. On my palm, I could see glimpses of all that happened today. Everything was normal now. The city had finally opened. It took almost a year of lockdown for everything to get back to normal. Cases of COVID-19 had shrunk to zero. The proud citizens of the nation finally came out of their houses and were seen smiling, so much that 13th February 2021, the day when the cases had shrunk to zero, was celebrated as International Victory Day, and everyone was found cherishing life for once. Today, I went to college like usual, met my friends and had fun. Then I went on a date, and you know what she said? She said she loves me and wants to have a future with me. Everything was just perfect. Until a bunch of men wearing black colored PPE kits appeared in the cafe and asked if I'm Shashank. I said, "Yes, I am. What's the problem?" And then they grabbed me by my arm and dragged me out of the cafe. Nisha came out running behind me, trying to pull me from their clutches. Then they uttered something which shook the earth beneath. He is corona positive and has tried to conceal this information from the state. We cannot risk a second pandemic, so he has to go into isolation. And you, girl, stay quarantined as well. And if you notice any symptoms, then do get them tested. Nisha heard all of that but didn't let go of my hand, and the last words that I could hear before I was pushed inside a black van were, "I love you, Shashank, no matter what." And I screamed, "No, Nisha, no!" and started hitting a vehicle window. Nothing was making sense. How come after 5 months of no case arrived a case, and that too I didn't even get sick? I was crying and retaliating, punching the men sitting beside me and screaming out loud that this was wrong, that I don't have corona, that these men didn't even look like doctors but more like goons dressed up in PPE kits to maybe kidnap me. But why me? I screamed and shouted, kicked and punched until they hit me on my head, and then I woke up to these people kicking me again inside the dark cell. And the rest is history. I stood up, turned back and started banging the door again and again and again. "Let me go, leave me." I increased the pace of hitting only to see my hands bleeding and my eyes red by crying. My head was bursting in an agony that no one could decipher. I was sweating like a hot summer afternoon in the month of July. I wanted to get out from here, meet my friends and my family and the girl I love. I wanted to be free. And then I heard multiple footsteps approaching my cell. Fine rays of light entered the cell as the door slowly creaked open. I shrugged back and covered my eyes instinctively, as if to avoid the sudden light rays. I opened my eyes slowly and scanned the people carefully. There were 3 people, out of which the person in the middle was wearing a white lab coat with a Chinese flag on his shirt pocket.